As preparations for the 2023 general election hits up, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is doubling up efforts to ensure a successful conduct of the elections. The Commission has continued to re-echo its readiness for the 2023 general elections and has remained resolute on its resolve not to shift the election timetable, as been requested by many of the political parties. Joining us to discuss the electoral body's preparedness, its unwillingness to shift election timetable, and other salient issues in the nation's polity is Festus Okoye, National Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. Now, there seems to be some sort of confusion and anxiety over Section 84, subsection 8 of the Electoral Amendment Bill, where the President is yet to assent to. How would this affect the conduct of party primaries, especially now that INEC is unwilling to shift its June 3rd deadline for submission of candidates?
I don't think there's any form of confusion, and I don't think there's any form of misrepresentation relating to the provisions of Section 84, subsection 8 of the Electoral Act. Section 84, subsection 8 of the Electoral Act clearly provides that a political party that adopts a system of indirect primaries for the choice of its candidate shall clearly outline in its constitution and rule the procedure for the democratic election of delegates to vote at the convention, congress, or meeting. As of today, this is the existing law. The Electoral Act 2022 is the existing law in relation to the conduct of party primaries, either by direct means or indirect means, or by process of consensus. The bill that has been forwarded to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for assent is still incoherent, is still in the making. And the Constitution gives the President a total of 30 days within which to assent or decline assent to any bill that is forwarded to him. And that 30 days has not elapsed. I don't think it is right for any political party to base this decision or base these actions or base these projections on a bill that is still incoherent and on a bill that has not become law. So as far as the Commission is concerned, the Electoral Act 2022 has made provision on how delegates should emerge based on the constitution of the political parties, on the number of delegates provided in their various constitutions that must conform to Section 84, subsection 8 of the Electoral Act 2022.
All right, Mr. Okoye, we know that Professor Mahmood actually sets a target for at least 20 million Nigerian voters to be registered before the end of June. According to the figures in front of me, only 5.8 million, as at my last count, have actually registered, which represents about 29% of the proposed targets. Talk to us about this. What is the hiccup? And do you think you can get as many people to register for the elections?
Well, the projection of the Commission and the desire of the Commission is to get every Nigerian that wants to register, to get every Nigerian that does not suffer any legal encumbrance or legal impediment to register. And we have been doing that. Unfortunately, as you recall, the time we were supposed to kick off the voters' registration, we couldn't do that on the basis of some security concerns around various parts of the country. And that was why we started with the online pre-registration before we began the registration at our state and local government offices. Now, in most of the states of the Federation, we have escalated the registration to the various registration areas on a rotational basis. And then there are also some states and some local governments in various parts of the country where we are not doing the registration in the registration areas on security grounds and security challenges. But it is very, very clear that there has been an acceleration of registration in the various states of the Federation. And, we have been doing this registration for almost 9 months. But towards the tail end of this registration, there will definitely be a surge. And we are preparing for that particular surge. Our new projection is that going into the 2023 elections, we may go into the election with a total registered voter population of 90 million. But you have to also take into consideration some of the security challenges.
Mr. Okoye, with 1 month to go, Is that feasible with 1 more to go? How do you want to jump from 5.8 to 90 million?
No. The point I'm making is this.
Okay.
That we project that we are going to go into the 2023 general election with a registered voter population of at least 90 million. The implication is that we already have over 84 million registered voters in our database. So, given what is going on, given the security challenges, we want to add to that 84 million, and then we can get to 90 million or 92 million or 93 million into the 2023 general election. So that's our revised projection, especially given the type of security challenges we have in various parts of the country that has prevented some people from accessing some of our registration centers.
Now, talking about those security challenges, how does INEC plan to deal with this in the conduct of the 2023 general election while ensuring that some voters are not disenfranchised?
I think this is a very, very germane question, and it's very, very fundamental to the work that the Commission is doing. As you know, the main remit of the Commission is to organize, undertake, and supervise elections. The task of securing the country, the task of securing the voters, the task of securing electoral materials, and the task of securing our staff resides with the security agencies. We have had very robust dialogue with them. We've consulted them, and we've urged them to secure the country at this point in time, not wait until we get to the election. So we've impressed it on them that there's the need to secure the country at this time, to degrade the security challenges we have in various parts of the country, and get the country ready for the 2023 general election.
All right, Mr. Festus Okoye, let's talk about roadblocks to a successful 2023 general elections. We know that the legal cases against INEC is mounting by the day. We just got the news that the CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, had withdrawn the suit against INEC. We know that some aspirants in Kaduna State are suing INEC over some issues in that particular state, and this few of a litany of issues that INEC are facing. Talk to us about this. All these legal roadblocks, how will INEC navigate them, one, and do you think they will cause a stumbling block in probably putting up a very, very successful general elections come 2023?
I think that it is very, very fundamental that all the critical stakeholders in the electoral process must have faith in the rule of law and due process, and there must also there must be some level of fidelity to the rule of law and due process. Now, Section 29 of the Electoral Act and Section 84 of the Electoral Act have made it very clear that in terms of pre-election matters, only the Federal High Court is vested with the jurisdiction to hear and determine pre-election matters. But we have a situation where state high courts and the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory are assuming jurisdiction over pre-election matters, knowing fully well that the Electoral Act has divested them of jurisdiction. So I think that going forward, one of the fundamental things that needs to be done is for the Nigerian Bar Association to rein in our colleagues that are trying to abuse both the geographical and substantive jurisdiction of the various courts.
I want to say many thanks to Mr. Festus Okoye for his time here on Newsday.